what's up guys, this is Philip. And coming at you today, we're going to be doing a pretty easy project, but one that I think is going to be quite beneficial to the 2026 Nissan Z. So if you can see, I got the trunk popped on her today. And that's because we are going to install Dynamat in this entire trunk area of the car. Notice driving it, and you get a lot of road noise. And then now that I switched to Dynamat, it seems like it just kind of reverberates around in there, and you know, you hear it pretty prominently when you're driving down the road. So what we did is we went on Amazon and I got myself the Dynamat, the Extreme Bulk Pack for noise vibration cancellation. So this is 36 square feet it'll cover, so it should do the whole trunk. I did similar to my 2002 Camaro, that Camaro right there. I Dynamated the trunk underneath the back seats, and it made a monstrous difference in knocking down the NVH. So I'm hoping we're gonna get a similar deal with the Z today. Follow along, I'm gonna show how to take the paneling apart back here, and then how to install the Dynamat. Should only take a couple hours. Let's get to it. I have my original floor mats in here. I put the originals back here when I got the tux mats. We're gonna set these off to the side. We're gonna pull the trunk carpet, and then there's another factory carpet underneath it, so we're gonna pull both carpets out. So here's my new 2 carpets. We'll set them off to the side. Okay, with the carpets removed, I've got a hard plastic panel that lifts right up. In this panel, that's housing my spare tire assembly. And in this case, I threw my cargo mat down there too because I don't use it. So this entire spare tire assembly, this will also lift out, and we'll get to that in just a minute. All right, so the centerpiece, it should just lift up. There we go. And heck, that's access to 3/4 of the trunk right there. So the next thing I'm going to remove is this back panel. I'm just going to take this weather strip and seal. I'm going to pull it up and get it out of the way. Flip it behind the camera here. And then we're going to remove, I have 1-2 clips right here. So I got myself a couple screwdrivers. They have notches in them. There we go. Pop this center portion out. And then from that point, you can use one of these removal tools and pop the clip out. Easy as such. So we'll get this one, and then we're going to unplug this light as well. There we go. All right, this light is press fit as well, so we're going to just be very gentle. There we go. So once we get our light popped out, we've got a clip right here, and we can undo this clip, and that'll undo our light bulb. And it's got a little push tab right here on the bottom. So here's my push tab. We're just going to push on that, and this will pop right out. There we go. We'll set this off to the side, and then we'll pull this back panel. Okay, so part of the reason why I pulled the weather stripping is I'm going to put my pry tool underneath here. I've got 4 clips that are holding this back panel on, and I want to pry straight up. And I want to do it in such a way that I don't break anything. There we go. Perfect. You can see these were my 4 clips that were in place. One of them actually stayed in the tab, it's right here. And then we have 2 guides here and here that help guide it in. Next on the docket is we're going to remove these side panels, which is part of why I've got this weather stripping out of the way. So it has 2 more of these clips. Again, pop the center, comes right out. And then for this, we're just going to pull the entire assembly straight that way. Before I do that, I got 1 more clip right up here. So let me undo this one. There we go. All right, now that I have these out, this is just going to pull straight this way. And that's because these pins push in this outside rear panel. There we go. All about getting the right angle. And then that's what the backside looks like. It's actually got some foam, almost like a pillowy type material on the back. All right, once again, we'll pop this clip right here. And then we'll pop this one up here. Perfect. And then once again, we'll remove this whole assembly by just pulling straight outward. Okay, these clips that are right here, they just pop up and they go over a little stud. So once you get that popped up, this piece will come out. And we'll do the same on this side. I did put some rag down here so that I don't scuff up my paint in my trunk. Get up underneath and boom, just like that. Come shooting up in the air. Alright, now both sides are removed and we'll get them out of the way. Last piece we're going to remove is this foam that's right here. So we're not taking apart any more than this. This is as far as we're going. But you can take a look now. I'll show you from the outside. And then we'll pan around and you can see my my empty trunk cavity. So we are going to Dynamat all of it. We're going to start with the back and then just work our way down. And so I want to show you, here's like one sheet of Dynamat. So I got 9 of these. So each sheet is about yay big. And what we do, and there ain't no rocket science involved, but we're going to, for things like this wiring, we're just going to cut slits around it and then just form fit around. Same with like where these studs are. I want to add another thing I do like about this Dynamat. So check it out. So I marked where I'm going to be making my cut. I marked it right here. And this Dynamat has got a grid pattern on it. So basically after I mark it with my Sharpie, I can follow on the line so that I can keep my cuts even. You know, kind of like that Christmas wrapping paper that's got the grids on the back. So that'll help it look a little cleaner. I cut around where this spare tire goes. It will, for these bolts, I could just press on it and it will punch through. So I had this where I want. I'm going to peel the backing at this point, and this is going to stick down. And then I bought this kit off of Amazon for like a whopping 20 bucks. But I got 3 rollers, and I'm going to use these rollers to press that Dynamat in good and tight. So our first piece of Dynamat is down. The roller does a good job of pushing it into all the little nooks and crevices, so it's good and solid. The only thing I did not care for with the roller is these cheap ones from Amazon kind of left a pizza cutter tire track going on. No one's ever going to see this Dynamat. I mean, unless you pull all the carpets and everything up. But I think a smooth roller would be better. It might be something where I could try it with a rag over it and see if that prevents it from giving these like lines and marks. Not a big fan of that. But anyways, first piece is down. It's good and solid. I got my second piece. And we're going to cut it and put it right in here. As you can see, this Dynamat, it's like a nice sharp pair of scissors. These are like fabric scissors. And this Dynamat cuts like very easily. Take it across, work this into place. Put this rag down, and then I'm going to hit it with the roller and see if that keeps me from getting that grid pattern. Nah, I'll be honest, you still see the grid pop up through it, so the whole reason of this roller is we want to get it super tight in all the nooks and crannies. So these 2 pieces are on here pretty good, and now I guess my next task is going to be figuring how I want to use this piece. If I want to do it straight back here, or if I want to start working the sides. Based on the height, I think I'm going to put it right back here. So I pretty much got the whole bottom part of the trunk done. I've used 2 of these, and then this kit comes with 9 packs total. That piece looking pretty good. As you can see, this Dynamat, it does do a pretty good job of smushing itself into corners. Now, I don't need every micrometer of this car covered, so if I have little spaces, that is not the end of the world. Alright, so we're putting this corner piece in, so I popped these 2 lines off of the little studs that were attached to. This way I can get this piece up here and into the corner, and then when I press down hard, the studs are going to pop through, and then I can reattach my lines. But right now I'm just doing a quick measurement, and then we're going to cut it to size and then attach it. There we go. We'll pop these up this way. I can put this nicely underneath all of it, and then my cut point's going to be right here. As you can see, there's nothing hard about this job at all. It's just tedious. Takes a little bit of floor planning. Yeah, this piece is going to go in just like that. That'll look pretty good. So this is the final product. If you take a look, I've got the entire base of the trunk, the back where the rear bumper is, and then forward to include where both rear strut mounts are, and just behind the rear seat, I've got all that covered in Dynamat. Of the 36 square feet that's provided, I do believe I used 4 out of the 9 sheets. I'll say that I believe I used more than if you were to buy the 18 square foot trunk kit. However, I do have leftovers. So we have our Dynamat. It has been fully installed in the trunk, put everything back together, and I guess let's drive the car a little bit and see if we can even tell a difference. Concrete's a little bit smoother than what it was just on. Maybe a slight improvement. I could argue that I get slightly better acoustics with the stereo, but yeah, as far as reducing that road noise back there or muffling the exhaust just a little bit. When I say muffle the exhaust, I'm not saying I want it to be quiet, all right? Put a Tomei on for a reason. I wanted to hear the thing. When I say muffle it is I'm trying to get rid of that echo, the amplification that comes from the sound bouncing around in the hatchback. That was the whole point of the Dynamat. So I know my Camaro Z28, man, that thing made like a night and day difference as far as the sound that would reverberate in the hatchback. I'll be honest, for the Z, nah, it's pretty minimal. I wish I had like this huge revelation on doing Dynamat, but yeah, nah, it's really not there. I don't want to be like giving false open line to people. I guess if I give it a little more gas, it's slightly subdued, but yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna leave that up to the end user if you think this spot's worthwhile. I do think the radio is a little bit better sounding. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for like a night and day difference. I'm telling you, my Camaro Z28, it was a night and day difference. So I was thinking I was gonna be all excited and be like ballyhooing about how great this thing is. Yeah, nah, it's minimal. It's real minimal. But anyways, that's a wrap on this project. Want to keep it truthful. So if you made it this far, hey, I appreciate you watching. I thank everyone that's like subscribed to the channel so far. It's slowly growing. It's always exciting to see that. But you know what, Dynamat? No, did not improve the quality of life. It's I can still hear the road and everything. Maybe it'd go down if I put it under the seats, but we'll save that for another day. All right, until next time, y'all take care, and thanks for watching.